Hey guys, it's John the Sea Monkey Dude here, and today we're going to do an unboxing video. I haven't done one of these in a while. Last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, time flies, I can't tell. I bought a couple things on eBay, and guess what? They're the same thing. So I bought, I forgot which one first. They were like 2 days in a row. Basically, these are the same thing. It is this Amazing Life Sea Monkeys Ocean of Light. Looks cool. One of them had better packaging than the other, and I paid right around the same, for both of them. They were like within $10 of each other. I like opening everything. You guys know that, right? So I don't mind having something that's got sort of crappy packaging. And this one's crappy is not the right word. It's not perfect. You see, there's a little like it looks like a slice. Like maybe someone was cutting open a crate with an X-Acto knife or razor blade and it sliced through there. Right there. It's a little tiny tear right there as well. And at the bottom down here, you can see it's ripped a little bit. But overall, pretty good shape. This one, better shape. No tear, no slice, no rip. So I ended up getting both of these for, I thought it was a fair price. Fair by today's standards. Let's put that in there, right? If this was 2 years ago, it would be different. Which is interesting, right? So this one is extra. I'll probably throw it on my website if anyone wants to trade something for it. Hey, let me know. We'll open the one that's not so good. So yeah, we got this Ocean of Light. I like the graphics on here. It's a bigger box than like we typically see today, right? Let's see what we can learn from looking at it here. We've got a green Ocean Zoo looking aquarium in here. We'll open it up and look at everything. This is from Explorer Toy, which, Sea Monkeys had them making the products throughout at least mid to late 90s and into the early 2000s, I think. Don't quote me on those exact dates, but I think that's accurate. And I like the graphics on here. These are sort of cool. They're not too cheesy yet. You get the ones like after this, or maybe it was right before this, and they look sort of cheesy. These guys look sort of cool. They're underwater. They're playing with little animals and fish and stuff. And that guy's waving. Not bad. On the back, we've got some cool information. You can get your diploma. I've got that. I've got two of them. One of them's got my name on it, and one says Sea Monkey Dude. And we've got a product list on here, growth guarantee, stuff that we're used to. Nothing super out of the ordinary here. Here's where it says what's in the box. Let's see what it says. We've got a Sea Monkey aquarium, a light-up cover, water purifier, live Sea Monkey eggs, Sea Monkey growth food, Sea Monkey plasma. You don't get that in many kits anymore. Official handbook, feeding and measuring spoon. So this is pretty typical kit. It sounds like, but you got that light-up cover. I think this is the same light-up cover that I've shown in other videos, which is still available on SeaMonkeys.com, and I think it's only $8. So I've got a bunch of them, if it's the same one. So this is probably the tank that it was originally designed for, but it works on some others. Let's take a look at what we've got. All right. I'll get rid of this. Hey, did you get a good look at it? There we go. Cool graphics. Here's the back. Sweet, right? All right. Now let's see what's inside. Some of the glue looks like it's been coming off here. Either that or this has been opened. I'm not sure. But it looks like everything's here. Let's take a look at this first. All right. We've got a green Ocean Zoo style aquarium. It's cool. I don't have too many green ones. But you know what? I've got, I think, one other green one. My Sea Circus one, like from the 80s, is green. And this is the exact lid that I was talking about. Green lid. It's got the light up thing right here. You flip that down. It does require batteries, which were not included. Unless they're in the tank. They're not in here. And, that just sort of sits up there and illuminates the tank. If you want to see this in action, I've got other videos that show this off. Take a look. All right. So I've got, like, at least half a dozen just of these lids here. All right, so we got the light built into the lid. Green Ocean Zoo. Let's see what else we've got in here. We Got some literature. What is this literature? Ah, important stuff. How to use that light lid. All right. Well, it shows how to insert the batteries and then how to flip it down to turn the light on when it's up top. Pretty cool. You can also use this, you probably saw how the yellow part pops off of the lid. So you can turn on the flashlight and just sort of hold it up to the side of the aquarium if you're trying to direct the sea monkeys to swim towards one side of it or another. It works well too. But it looks good, from the top. Now this is an older product. Even though they still sell that lid, it's an older product. They're not like LED bulbs like everything is today. They're like the old school light bulbs, the little filament in it and stuff like that, right? Look it up, kids. But that means it'll burn out. Also it's not as energy efficient as LED lights that we're used to today. So the batteries in there, aren't meant to be on for several hours a day. I saw someone recently buy one of these and they posted about it in the online forums. Hey, I had it on for a day and the battery died. Well, imagine taking an old school flashlight and turning it on. It doesn't last all day. It's not meant to be used for long periods of time. So that's how this is. But it works well. All right, so we got the lid, we got the tank, we got the instructions for the lid. Let's see what else we got in here. This is the graphic that was on the front of the tank, and we got some literature on the back of it here. Let's see what we got. 2 simple rules for complete success. I don't know if I remember reading this before. Okay. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you guys. We got this in 3 languages on here, so it's not as much instructions as you'd think. It's just that part right there. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but these 2 simple rules are aeration and feeding. There you go. I have seen this part. I'll read you the feeding part. It says feeding. With so many new little mouths to feed, ignore the instructions on the back of the food packet and begin your feeding program on the 5th day after they hatch. Then feed according to the handbook. That's interesting. So ignore whatever's on the feeding or the growth food packet. We'll have to look at the growth food packet that came with this and see how the instructions differ. So usually I start feeding them like on the 5th day after I mixed everything, not necessarily the 5th day after they hatch. Sometimes it's the 4th. I try to feed mine twice a week, and when I've got several sea monkey tanks going, and so I typically feed them on like Mondays and Fridays. Just try to keep it simple for myself. Now, if I see that's not working, I'll make adjustments, to the days or the amount of food. But typically, I feed them Mondays and Fridays, and it works well for me. Sometimes I will try to start a tank on a certain day so that the day I want their first feeding to be will be a Monday or Friday. Yeah, I'm a nerd, right? I actually do that. I started some the other day, and their first feeding will be tomorrow, which is Monday. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what else we got in here. We have got the Yellow Book. This was my Sea Monkey Bible growing up. When I was a kid, the Ocean Zoo aquarium that I had looked, sort of like this one. It was red, though, instead of green. But very similar to this, which I like this. It looks cool. I like the green. I like the green better than the red, probably. The red's sort of nostalgic for me, but this looks cool. Anyways, this came with mine. It came with this and the packets, and I think that was about it. A spoon, the dual scoop spoon. And this is my Sea Monkey Bible. This was it. I didn't know anyone else that had them. There was no internet that people used on a regular basis at home, when I got them. I mean, the internet, technically, yes, it existed. But there were no Sea Monkey websites or anything like that where you could go and look stuff up. I didn't know anyone else that had them. I didn't have anyone else to talk to about them or to learn from. I learned from this. I read this thing cover to cover multiple times, trying to learn as much as possible about these little guys. And there's still good information in here, but we've got so many more resources now, which I love. So, cool. We got the Yellow Book. Let's see what else we got here. All right. I had mentioned feeding spoon. Got that. This is the dual scoop spoon. It's yellow. It says Sea Monkey Food Cup right there. Other side says Sea Monkey Plasma Measuring Cup. And I still use this for measuring the plasma, right? So put that into the tanks like every 2 weeks or whatever, and that's the scoop I use. Now I do remember when I was a kid when I got this spoon, it looked almost identical, but it didn't say plasma. On the small side, it said feed baby sea monkeys from here, and it said feed adult sea monkeys from here. I'm glad they changed that because that is a lot of food to be feeding, an aquarium this size. If you're doing it once every 5 days or even once a week or whatever it is, that is a lot of sea monkey food. Now, maybe their intent was to sell more food, but if you kill the pets because you overfed them, that's no good, right? So someone made the decision to change that, and basically you just use that little one. And good call. I don't know whose decision that was, but it was a good one. All right, let's see what else we got in here. We got some packets. Let's pull them all off this card. Okay. Some glue is falling apart, but that's okay. You know what? What year is this from? I usually look at the dates. We didn't do that. Sorry, I'm sort of jumping around today. Let's see if we got a date on the back of this thing. Copyright 1996. So this is probably sold right around then, 96, 97, that sort of thing. Okay. That was sort of like between my sea monkey stages as a kid. Well, this is interesting. This thing must have been used. I'm going to have to go back and look at the eBay listing again. Look at that. It's a plasma packet. It is open and there is nothing in there. Weird. And it did look like this part of this plastic was cut. So, interesting. Not that I probably would have used that, but that's alright. Okay, we've got packets that we're used to here. Packet number 1, water purifier. Packet number 2, instant live eggs. Listen to that. This thing's over 25 years old and it's dry still. I wonder if we could hatch anything from it. We could try. This one sounds dry too. You hear that? Yeah. This one, nothing in it. It's interesting. All right, that's a dud. And then we've got growth food. Sounds dry. All right, we were going to read the back of the growth food to see how the instructions differed from the back of this sheet, which said disregard these instructions. It's interesting. Feeding pet sea monkeys. Here we go. Do not feed pet sea monkeys until 5 days after they hatch. Okay. Well, I think that's on par with what the other thing said so far. Use 1 level scoop of food in the small measuring spoon. Okay. As they start to grow, feed them again once every 2 days. That's a lot. Okay. Maybe this is where we quit following the directions. If the water turns cloudy, stop all feeding until it clears up. That's a good instruction right there. Cloudy water indicates too much food remains uneaten. The large scoop on the other side of the spoon is used to measure plasma 3. See details in the official Sea Monkey Handbook. To keep them in tip-top shape, aerate the water daily with an OxyMist air pump. All right. Aeration is important. This thing said something about that too. I didn't read the whole thing, but yeah, that's definitely important too. OxyMist air pump. We've also seen that called the Million Bubble air pump. I don't know if they're the same thing or not. So I've seen several variations of these air pumps. I got some sitting over here somewhere. Here's one. And these things come in different colors. There's purple ones, blue ones, clear ones, just like the aqua leashes. Now this has got like this little clear acrylic thing on the bottom, and it's basically a pipette, with little bellows on here. And you do this to aerate the water. And the bubbles come out down here. Now there's some where it's got like a blue air stone at the bottom. It's sort of like a cylindrical air stone that's, that long. Not very long, but it looks different. I like the way this looks better. I sort of like the way the air stone one works better. But they both work just fine, I think. So I don't know if one of those is the Million Bubble air pump and the other one's OxyMist, or if they just changed the name of the product. I'm not sure. If you know, throw it in the comments for me, because I want to know. Maybe other people do. All right, that's it, you guys. We got a really cool looking ocean zoo. I don't know if this one, the Ocean of Light, just came in this green color. I've only seen this lid in this green and yellow combo. So I'm guessing most of these were green, so it matched. But yeah, I'm not positive. This other one that I bought is the same color. So maybe they're all green. I like the green though. Looks good. So we got the cool aquarium where the big deal is the light up lid. That's the big deal with this kit. The rest of this is pretty standard stuff. We've got our packets 1, 2, and 3, and 4, except mine is empty. We've got the instruction sheets, the additional instructions, and the handbook, and the dual scoop spoon, which they're not using this anymore. They've got the newer spoons, but yeah, pretty standard kit. Good looking aquarium with a really cool light up lid. If you want to see how that works, how it lights up with sea monkeys in a tank, go look at some of my other videos. And as a reminder, this lid works on a lot of other Ocean Zoo style tanks too. I don't think it works on 100% of them, so please don't take it that way. It works on the ones that I have though. So most of the ones I have are from mid 90s and newer, right? I've got a couple things like this. I've got the executive kit, that black and gold one. This fits on there, and it fits on some of the other ones too. I've got that pink girly looking one. It fits on there. So pretty cool. Thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the videos with your friends and family if you think they'll be entertained by them too. Or if you see anyone that wants to get into the sea monkey hobby, please feel free to share this channel with them. Thanks for watching. I hope you have an excellent night, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.